See, when I started drinking at 15 years old and started that life of darkness without God, and I got full of the fear, and I got full of the resentments, and I got full of all the anxiety that comes with a life in darkness. And I lived that way for about half my life. And I was about 29 years old or 30. I decided to get married. And we had a child right away. And nothing will bring out the true you more than an infant, a baby. And I remember I quit drinking probably 12 years ago. And I had a friend of mine about 3 years into that particular journey asked me what was the catalyst. What was so overwhelming that gave you the courage to stop drinking? Because all people that quit an obsessive habit like that have some kind of catalyst, some kind of life-changing thing. And I told him, I said, I beat my 6-month-old baby in a crib because he was up at night crying. And I didn't just spank him, I beat him. And I kept beating him until my wife finally got him away from me. And I was leaving the room, she threw me out of the room. And I can't think of anything in my life that humiliated me more than that. You know, a life of a drunk is pretty humiliating. I woke up in drunk takes. I woke up in my own vomit. Woke up in my own urine. Wrecked cars. Lost friendships. Destroyed every relationship I ever had. Nothing humiliated me more than that act of beating a child. And as I was leaving the room, I remember I was calming down, and I turned back around to apologize for the 1,000th time. And as I was walking towards her, she had the baby, and the baby was looking over her shoulder. And as I was walking towards her, I'll never forget the eyes on that child. They got really big, and they got full of terror. 6 months old, he was afraid of his father. Those eyes haunted me for quite some time after that. And I told my wife that night when the things calmed down that I needed to go to Alcoholics Anonymous. I had been there once before, and it seemed to work for a while. And if she didn't take me, I wouldn't go. And she dropped me off. And from that day on, they told me to pray. That's all they said to me. Just pray. Hang on and pray. And for an atheist, that's a tough thing to do. You know, I've traveled millions of miles in my life, and I'll tell you the longest journey I ever made was from standing down to kneeling. It took me a long time to kneel to pray. And from those prayers, I developed a relationship with God. And it took 10 years, but God finally introduced me to His Son, Jesus Christ. And 2 years ago, I made a commitment to dedicate my life to Christ. And the peace that's in my home now is an absolute wonderment. There has never been peace like that in my home, ever. And that gift alone was worth the journey down to my knees. The laughter that I hear, I fell in love with my wife's laughter. That's what made me fall in love with her. She's a beautiful woman, but it was the laughter. In 6 months married to me, that laughter was gone. It's back today. I got kids that laugh. They don't run from me. I come home from road trips and they run and greet me with hugs. I couldn't do that on my own. I tried, I couldn't. Didn't come. There is a creator. Genesis tells us that. It's a fallen world. Revelations tells us it'll get better. Romans tells us how we can hang around to see it.